Hello friends. Today I have a little bit different video. This company called Vevor, however you want to say it, tomato, reached out to me and asked if I would like this button maker machine for free. For free, you say? Of course I want it for free. What's the catch? I just need to do a 6 to 8 minute video demonstrating it to my viewers. Hey, you guys are gonna love this thing. If you want to purchase it, by all means, purchase it. They have different levels of machines at different prices, and that will all be linked in the description box below. So you can go there and shop and get whichever one you want. But this little thing is so fun. And if you do craft shows or you just want to make a little money on the side at your local school, this thing is going to be great. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get started. Okay, here's the stock photo of what this machine looks like. And here is a picture of everything that comes in the kit. This is everything that I got. And then here is all of the products on my kitchen table. Now I am going to go and grab a placemat right quick to put under it so it doesn't scratch up my table. And here are the instructions. They are very good instructions. There's also a QR code that you can scan and go find a very good instructional video to help in case you need that. All of these materials come, everything you need to make a lot of buttons, including a circular cutter, which is so fun to use. And there are two sizes, one for the large button and one for the small button. There's the large buttons and there are the small buttons. This was very easy to learn how to use. Sometimes I can get very frustrated in learning how to use something new if it's very difficult, but this was very easy. This came with a book full of these little panda images to use if you want to practice with them or if you like them. I actually used the paper on the back side and printed some of my own images off, and we are going to get started on making some buttons. There is some minimal assembly required before we use it. They're very simple to do. Let me get this turned around so I can get it in camera so you can see what I'm doing. The base of this is a little bit heavy. It's a heavy piece of metal. And you see those two holes there, and you're just going to line up this piece with it. It comes with two little screws, and you just use the Allen wrench that's provided and tighten them up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just put it in there, tighten down both sides, and there we go. That's all there is to that part. Then the handle, super easy. Pick it up. Oh, it'll tell you in the instructions. I'm reading the instructions, believe it or not. And then you're just going to screw the handle in, tighten it up, make sure it works, and then move right on to the next step. The next step is we're going to put this little cylinder in. I was trying to screw it in. I was trying to make it much more difficult than it is. All you do is pop it up in there and make sure it's in there tight, and it's going to be ready to go. There we go. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to slide this onto the base, and you have to lift that cylinder up to slide that and put it right in the center. Okay, and the two little screws to keep it from sliding off are already on there. You just have to tighten them down. So this way it doesn't slide off the base. Now we are going to get started making a button. It comes with everything you need. There are 4 pieces that are required per button. Now I am going to show you how to use this little circle cutter. It's super easy. You adjust this to how big you want your circle, but we are going to use it right with this little piece that comes with it because it's the perfect size for these buttons. Now you're going to put it right over your image that you want, because that's what's going to be in the button. Okay, we're going to just do this little hamburger that came with this little Panda World sticker book or image book, and you hold it down and you go in a clockwise manner, and that very, very sharp little blade is going to cut you a perfect circle. You can see I'm using my cutting board because this is a very sharp knife. I'm going to use that little foam piece to put back on the blade so that I don't cut myself or scratch my table up. And that cut that out. Voila. That's exactly how that works. Now, I printed off on some of that paper out of that booklet on my printer some images. This is a picture of my beautiful granddaughters, and we're just going to take this circle cutter just like we did that little hamburger, and we're going to cut this picture out of my granddaughters. Same thing, just put that cylinder over where you want your image to be cut, and then hold it down firmly and slide that around to cut out the image that's going to be the perfect size for our button. Now, that white part that you see around the edges is not going to matter because it's going to be crimped around. Here I have a couple more images. I did get that bottom one on Be Still and Know a little bit too close printed to the other one, so I ended up printing it again. I ended up printing several things several times to get the hang of it, but you will. Okay, I am showing you that you put that face down. You want the rounded part face up. Put your image down, put the plastic down, and then you are going to, I'm trying to get it where you can see this handle. You're going to pull it down firmly, and then it disappears. It disappears up into that cylinder. And then you are going to slide this base part over. As soon as I get the camera angle right for you, I want you to be able to see what's going on. You're going to put this back part that has the pin face up. It tells you in the instructions exactly how to do it. You want to line it up perfectly and then press down again, and holy moly, look, you have a button. How fun is that? Okay, we're going to do one with a metal back now. This is a little bit hard for me to push down because it's so far away from me. Okay, the metal back down. And we've got a picture of Lexi, her band picture. We're going to pull it down firmly. It disappears. Now, to do the metal back, you have to put in that little spacer. See, that was a plastic back we did. We're going to reach in. We're going to get one of these metal backs. Oh, there's two stuck together. Let me pull them apart. Okay. Make sure that the pin is in the right spot so it's not upside down. And then we're going to pull it down again firmly. You can kind of feel where it gets you a little give to it. You can tell when you've pulled it down. And then we're going to see the finished result. Look how fun. Our little band member that plays in the band for college. Okay. See how fun this would be to do these for all the sporting events, everybody with their little football players or band members or really anything. You could just make some extra money because there's no telling how much you could charge for these. It would probably depend a little bit different for each area. Okay, here you go. I'm just popping that cylinder out because we're going to make a small one now. I removed that just like you saw me put it in. I'm taking it out, just replacing it, and we're going to make a small button now. So we had to put the smaller cylinder in to do that. I'm not sure I'm even calling these the right things, but it's all in the instructions. It's super easy, friends. I promise it's super easy. If I could learn to do it in one afternoon and be making buttons this easily, I promise it's super easy. Now we're going to use the smaller cutter, and I'm just going to cut these out of some plain paper. And then I'm going to take some little stickers. This one I chose to trim it down a little bit, and these are just some stickers that I had. And I'm going to put the stickers on these little white circles. I'm just going to show you some different things to do. Now, I did write, Gigi loves you very much, but when that crimps down around the back, you don't even see that. So that was pretty pointless. Now I'm going to do this pretty little butterfly sticker. And then this football one, well, you're not going to see the end result because I messed it up. Okay? Okay. Because I put I put something in wrong. I don't remember what I did wrong, but you can see it over there on the left. It got messed up. Okay, so the metal piece down, your beautiful image, and then the plastic piece. And then you're going to slide it over under the cylinder. Or you can put your back piece down first if you want. And then you're going to just pull it down until you feel that little give and it disappears. You're going to pull it down again over when you line that up. And then that little plastic backing is going to stick to it. It just presses it together. And look how cute that is. So you don't even have to have a printer. You could just have stickers. But you could print off the kids' pictures, and I did a little Jesus, I did my logo, I did our Victory Kids at church, I did that logo, I did Be Still and Know. The possibilities are endless.